Welcome to the F-Bound Podcast. I'm your host, Shannon Schroeder, Executive Function Coach. I help neurodivergent women learn tips and strategies to improve the life skills that will help them be successful. Sensory-friendly organizing. Create a calm space without overwhelm. For neurodivergent people, clutter and chaos can trigger sensory overload, making it tough to focus, relax, or feel at peace. Sensory-friendly organizing can create a space that feels calm, functional, and supportive of your needs. Whether it's too much visual clutter, overwhelming textures, or simply the stress of staying organized, the right approach can make all the difference. You deserve a space that helps you feel at ease without the added pressure of perfection. What is sensory-friendly organizing? Living with sensory sensitivities often means that what feels like just clutter to one person might feel like chaos to you. Sensory-friendly organizing is about crafting a space that calms your senses instead of overwhelming them. By tailoring your environment to avoid triggers, whether it's noise, clutter, or disruptive textures, you can create a haven that supports your well-being and helps you manage daily challenges with more ease. The intersection of sensory processing and organization. When sensory sensitivities come into play, maintaining an organized home can feel like a double-edged sword. On one hand, clutter might amplify sensory overload. A desk littered with papers or a closet spilling its contents can start to feel suffocating. On the other hand, traditional organizing methods that don't consider sensory needs might actually add stress rather than reduce it. For people who are neurodivergent or experience sensory sensitivities, common issues such as harsh lighting, strong odors, or noisy organization tools like clattering bins or zippers can become significant barriers. These factors can make even the thought of reorganizing overwhelming, let alone the act of doing it. However, sensory-friendly organizing seeks to bridge the gap by focusing on simplicity and mindfulness. For example, opting for soft muted colors in storage containers, using quiet closed bins, or incorporating natural materials like bamboo can transform the experience into something manageable. It's not just physical clutter that matters. Did you know that visual noise, like complex patterns or an overload of trinkets on a shelf, can also impact your focus and control? When you tackle the organization in a sensory-friendly way, you're not just decluttering your home, but also decluttering your brain. Benefits of sensory-friendly spaces. When your space aligns with your sensory needs, it can change everything. Imagine walking into a room and instantly feeling a sense of calm rather than a wave of overwhelm. That's the magic of designing for sensory-friendly living. Here are just a few of the ways these spaces can improve your daily life. Reduce stress. Decluttering and organizing specifically to accommodate sensory sensitivities can lead to less overall frustration. A well-organized room minimizes the mental load of where is that thing and creates a sense of order that soothes the mind. Improved focus. A tidy, visually calming space can make it easier to concentrate on tasks. By designing your space to eliminate distractions like loud colors or mismatched patterns, you give your brain the chance to focus on what really matters. Emotional regulation. Having a safe, predictable environment provides a crucial foundation for managing emotions. A sensory-friendly setup can help you feel more grounded, especially on challenging days. Increased comfort. Small adjustments like choosing soft lighting or avoiding harsh textures make everyday activities feel less taxing on your senses. You can create a setting where you feel comfortable enough to relax and recharge. Safe spaces for creativity or relaxation. Whether it's a cozy reading nook or a Zen workspace, having thoughtfully organized areas can encourage mindfulness and self-care. Sensory-friendly organizing empowers you to create an environment that works with you rather than against you. Every tweak, no matter how small, takes you closer to a home that feels like a true sanctuary. Assessing your space for sensory triggers. Your environment plays a huge role in your sensory experience. Without even realizing it, small elements in your home could be overwhelming your senses and making it harder to function. Learning to identify these sensory triggers, whether they're glaringly obvious or sneakily subtle, can help you take control of your space and make it work better for your needs. Common sensory triggers at home. Your home should ideally be your sanctuary, but sensory triggers can easily turn it into a source of stress. What can set you off depends on how your brain processes sensory input, but here are a few offenders that often trouble neurodivergent people. Clutter. Ever feel like your brain is as messy as your counter? Clutter is more than visual nuisance. It can make you feel mentally scattered and physically irritated. A mountain of unwashed dishes or tangled cords behind the TV? Instant frustration. Harsh lighting. Too bright, flickering bulbs, or those hard blue leaning LEDs? These can feel as jarring as staring at the sun on a bad day. A poorly lit room can overstimulate your senses or, ironically, make you feel depleted. Strong smells. From overly perfumed air fresheners to last night's leftovers lingering in the trash, intense smells can turn your stomach or blur your focus. These scents can either soothe or intrude on your mental space. Noisy environments. Do barking dogs, loud TVs, or boisterous neighbors make you want to crawl under the bed? You're not alone. Noise pollution isn't just inaudible clatter. It's a constant disruption to any sense of calm. Sensory triggers come in all forms and often overlap. For example, a cluttered room filled with jarring sounds and bright lighting could feel like sensory overload in 3D. Personal sensory preferences. Not everyone responds to sensory input the same way. That's the beauty and complexity of the sensory spectrum. Learning what soothes versus what irritates you allows you to organize your home in a way that feels uniquely supportive. How can you figure this out? Start by tuning into your body's natural reactions. Ask yourself, what feels calming? Maybe you love soft, dim lighting or the gentle hum of a fan. What irritates you? Do scratchy fabrics or sudden noises send a chill down your spine? How do you recharge? Some people find neutral, muted spaces energizing. Others prefer subtle stimulation like a pop of soothing color or a pleasant scent. Once you know your preferences, you can tailor your environment. Think of it like creating a sensory-friendly blueprint for your space. For example, if you're sensitive to loud noises, opt for quiet closed storage bins or padded furniture feet. Love cozy vibes? Use soft textiles like fleece blankets or cotton curtains to soften harsh edges. If you're not sure where to start, using tools like a sensory profile can help you map out your preferences in detail. When designing a home that matches your sensory needs, there's no one-size-fits-all solution, and that's the point. You have the power to curate an environment that's perfect for your unique brain. Keep experimenting and don't be afraid to adjust things as your needs evolve. Steps to create a sensory-friendly organizing system. When creating a sensory-friendly organizing system, you're designing a space that feels supportive and calm. Here's how you can break this process down into actionable steps that align with your sensory needs. Decluttering with care. Decluttering doesn't have to turn into a frustration-filled marathon. Take a slow and intentional approach, breaking the process into manageable steps. Why? Tackling everything at once can feel overwhelming, like trying to clean up a hurricane in an hour. Start small. Begin with one drawer, shelf, or corner of the room. Bite-sized tasks can help you build momentum without triggering sensory stress. Set a timer. Spend just 15 to 20 minutes on any one decluttering task. The short time limit takes the pressure off while still making progress. Sort mindfully. Use a simple sorting rule like keep, donate, discard. Don't overthink each item. Trust your gut. Create focus zones. Stick to one category like books, clothes, or kitchen tools so your brain isn't jumping from one type of decision to another. Remember, progress, not perfection, is the goal. Each small step adds up to something larger. Choosing sensory-friendly storage solutions. The right storage solutions make organization effortless while easing sensory strain. Look for materials, designs, and colors that feel soothing rather than stimulating. After all, storage that clashes with your sensory needs is more trouble than it's worth. Soft materials. Consider soft fabric bins or baskets if hard surfaces and rigid materials worsen your sensory discomfort. They add a cozy touch to your space. Muted tones. Neutral or muted color schemes can reduce visual clutter and create a sense of calm. Avoid loud patterns or neon colors that scream for attention. Transparent bins. Clear containers allow instant visibility so you won't have to dig around looking for specific items. Quiet close options. Invest in storage with padded lids or silent hinges to eliminate the jarring sound of slamming drawers. Arranging items to reduce overload. Even with the great storage tools, how you arrange items within your space can affect how overloaded you feel visually and mentally. Let simplicity and accessibility guide your layout. Prioritize accessibility. Frequently used items should be easy to reach. Store less used items in higher or hidden spaces. Space it out. Avoid cramming everything together. Use shelf dividers or smaller containers within large bins to create clear boundaries. Face front. Position items so labels are visible or display them neatly. This reduces the time spent searching and eliminates decision fatigue. Limit visible storage. Open shelving can look cluttered fast. Consider cabinets or closed storage options for items you don't need to see daily. Arranging thoughtfully isn't about appearance, it's about creating a functional flow that aligns with the way your mind works. incorporating soothing elements. A sensory-friendly environment becomes infinitely more supportive when it includes soothing additions that calm your nervous system. These additions act like a warm hug for your senses, creating a space that feels like true haven. Calming scents. Use essential oils like lavender or chamomile, or lightly scented candles to introduce a relaxing aroma. Avoid overpowering fragrances that could backfire. Soft textures. Layer in cozy rugs, plush pillows, or a weighted blanket for added tactile comfort. Gentle lighting. Opt for dimmable lighting or bulbs with warmer tones to create a softer atmosphere. Fairy lights or salt lamps can add an extra touch of serenity. When creating a sensory-friendly organizing system, it's all about balance. Start gently, build slowly, and adapt as your sensory needs evolve. Tips for different areas of the home. Transforming your home into a sensory-friendly haven doesn't mean overhauling every single thing, not even close. It's more about tweaking what you've already got to better suit your sensory needs. Let's explore some practical tips for creating peace and functionality in commonly used spaces. Sensory-friendly bedrooms. Your bedroom is your oasis, the one place where calm should rule over chaos. Start by focusing on the basics: soft textiles, muted colors, and functional organization. Use soft bedding. Textures can be a deal breaker. Opt for gentle, breathable options like cotton or bamboo fabrics. Weighted blankets or heavier comforters offer a cocooning sensation that can soothe restless minds. Block out the world. A pair of blackout curtains can create a sensory retreat. They block unwanted light pollution and help promote deeper, uninterrupted sleep. Keep essentials within arm's reach. A clutter-free nightstand is key. Use small organizers to store your nightly must-haves like books, earplugs, or a water bottle so you aren't fumbling in the dark. Organizing kitchens for less stress. The kitchen can be a source of sensory overload with its mix of smells, sounds, and visual clutter, but a few adjustments can turn it into a more manageable space. Declutter frequently. Keep only what you use regularly within reach. Stash less used gadgets in clearly labeled bins so they're easy to locate without taking up prime real estate. Minimize noise. If clanging pots and pans feel like an assault on your senses, consider silicone or cushioned liners in drawers and shelves to soften noise. Keep noisy appliances like blenders tucked away and less in use. Designate zones. Create stations for specific actions, i.e. a coffee corner or baking station, to simplify tasks and reduce decision fatigue. Think of this as decluttering your actions, not just your utensils. Sensory safe living room arrangement. The living room is where you unwind or connect with others. Arranging this space thoughtfully ensures it doesn't overwhelm with excessive noise or visual clutter. Furniture placement matters. Avoid overstuffing the room or placing furniture too close together. Open floor space helps create a sense of calm. Choose calming decor. Pick soft, neutral tones for furniture and walls. Avoid overly busy patterns that can feel visually chaotic. Reduce noise distractions. Use rugs and wall hangings to absorb sound and minimize echo. Soft furnishings like fabric upholstery do double duty by adding both warmth and noise control. Layer lighting. Bright overhead lights can be harsh. Combine table lamps, dimmers, and even string lights for better control and gentler ambiance. Each adjustment you make shapes a home that nurtures your senses and supports your well-being. Small intentional changes can ripple out into major improvements in how you experience daily life in your most personal spaces. Sensory-friendly organizing creates a home that feels like it's working with you, not against you. By focusing on simplicity, mindfulness, and tailoring your environment to meet your unique sensory needs, you can reduce overwhelm and gain a greater sense of calm and control. Every small change adds up, whether it's reducing visual clutter, opting for gentle textures, or adding soothing elements to your space. These intentional choices have the power to support emotional regulation, improve focus, and make your daily routines more manageable. Now it's your turn to take the first step. Assess your space, identify what disrupts your comfort, and start making adjustments that feel right for you. Even a single tweak can spark a positive shift. What will you change today to make your home more sensory friendly? I hope you enjoyed this episode of the F-Bomb podcast. Thank you for listening. Remember to subscribe below and check out my show notes to learn more about my Facebook group, courses, and membership.